Hello, I'm recording this video for the sake of explaining the underlying logic behind the video we just watched. And in that video, what had happened, what was explained is that if you want to multiply any number with 9, so I'm just going to write down the multiplication. There's up to 4 for this for the sake of explanation. And excuse me for my handwriting because I'm using a digital pad and I'm not used to using a digital pad until now. Anyways, that would give us these results. And what the video would explain is that if you are counting with 10 fingers, which hopefully you have, and and if you were to multiply, say for example 9 times 2, what you can do is you can pick out your second finger, count backwards as how many fingers you have back from that, and how many fingers you have from the second finger onwards. So that was 8. So you have 8 fingers outside of the second finger, and from the second finger, and one finger uh, behind your second finger. And the reason why this works is because we are using a decimal number system, and and I'm trying to make this video to explain what the underlying logic is and why it could also work with 7, 6, or what multiplication tables if we were using for 7 a 8-digit system and a 7-digit system if we were multiplying with 6. And in no way this is a practical way of multiplying, and explaining this to you right now because just to understand the underlying logic of this concept. So don't expect to be able to use this outside of discussion. Now, in our current system, let me just explain you what I mean by a decimal system. Right? What a decimal system is, we only have um, 10 digits to play with, 10 symbols to play with. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And these 10 digits are used everywhere to convey any number of items, a quantity of anything. And how the decimal number system works is we count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And uh, once we run out of these digits, we carry over to the next place, which we call the tens place, by the way. So we call this the tens place. Um, and we count from 10, 11, 12, and so on and so forth. And the reason why we're doing this is because we have now run out of these 10 symbols we're using, and we're carrying over to the next one. And what is essentially happening in this case is we're multiplying this number with 10, so 1 times 10, and then we're multiplying this number with um, 1 itself. So we're multiplying 2 times 1, and this gives us 12 at the end. But what if we only had, let me remove this. What if we only had only 8 digits to play with, right? If we have an 8-digit system, sorry for my writing again. I'm not used to, as I said, I'm not used to writing on a digital pad, so my writing is pretty bad. But on in the 8-digit number system, we count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and that's it, because in an 8-digit number system we only have 8 symbols to play with. 8 and 9 are non-existent in this 8-digit number system. So what we then do is we carry over to the next place, that is 1 and 0, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 1 7. And in this case, 1 0 is not equal to, in our normal decimal system, 10. So this is in our decimal system means 1 times 10 plus 0 times 1, which gives us 10. But in this case, which is a 8-digit number system, we are multiplying this number with 8 because we only have 8 digits to play with, and then adding the next digit over multiplied by 1. So the reason we are multiplying with 10 over here is because we have only 10 digits to play with. That's why it's called a decimal system. I'm not sure what the actual name for this one. I'm just calling it a 8-digit system because I don't know the actual name of it. So what if we played the same trick of counting with our fingers over here? So if we had only, and in this case we only count with 8 fingers, and that's my point exactly. So when we have 8 fingers to play with, we say we do the calculation of oops, let me we're doing a calculation of 7 times 3, for example, right? So we would pick out the third finger, we count backwards, we have 2 fingers behind the third finger, and we have 5 fingers from it, and you get 25. And 25 is not your decimal 25, and your decimal 20 in, and if you convert this to a decimal number, remember this number is a you're getting it as an 8-digit number system. You convert this back to a decimal system. How you do that is you multiply 2 times 8. The reason you're doing that is because again you have only 8 digits to play with, and you're multiplying 1 times 5, and what you get is 16 plus 5, and you get 21, and 21 is in fact the right answer for 7 times 3. Again, you are counting with 8 fingers, one less than your one less than sorry, one more than 7, and this system works for anything. So now if we in another example I had, if we were only having 6 digit system, in your 6-digit system you would have only 6 digits to play with, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, these 6 digits, and you carry over, so 1 0, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, and 1 5. And as an example, if you convert this back to your decimal system, that would be 1 times 6, because you have 6 digits you're playing with, plus 2 times 1, and that would be 6 plus 2, and that would be uh, 7, sorry, 8. And that is, and 12 in your 6-digit number system is 8 in your decimal number system. This is decimal, right? And this is 6 digit. Now if you did the same thing as previously, so if you want to play the same trick, you would have only 6 fingers to count with, and you let's say you're carrying out 6 times 4, which in your normal decimal system you get 6 times 4 as what's it, 1224, and this is what your answer is on your normal decimal system. Yeah, so if you play the same tricks, that is you're counting with your fourth finger, so 1 2 3 4, that is your fourth finger. Behind this you have 3 fingers, and ahead from this you have 2 fingers. Convert this back to decimal, that would be 3 times 6 plus 2 times 1, that would be what is this, 12 18 plus 2, whoops, I did a mistake, hold on, what mistake did I do? We have 3, and then we have 2, and then Oh yeah, wait, hold on. This works with 5. I'm sorry. This only works with 5 because remember you. Let me decrease the size of my eraser. You are working with one less all the time, right? So this is 5 times 4, sorry. And 5 times 4 is 20. Um, 20. And what this would get you is 18 plus 2 as 20. So I got my point. If you're only working with 6 digits, you have 5 digits to play with, and this system would work the same. And the reason why it works only for 9 in the normal decimal system is because 9 is 1 less than 10, you're picking out only one finger, and um, you're using a decimal number system. So that's my point, and the main issue I have with the video is I hope they've explained this concept, which really isn't that hard to explain, and understanding this concept is more important than just learning tricks to work with and get your answers right in your exam or whatever. So yeah, that's it.